Good afternoon to all of you present here. I, Antra from class 9B, feels very privileged to have got this opportunity to welcome our esteemed judges, dedicated participants, and the audience for today's interclass elocution competition. Before we head towards our competition, I would like to apprise you on the meaning of elocution. Elocution is a speech competition where students are allotted with a topic to talk about and present their views. Therefore, today we are here with some of the brilliant students of all the sections of class 9th who will be presenting their views on the topic I wish I could learn only through green leaves. I'm sure our participants will engage us in a beautiful virtual learning through nature. Moving ahead, I would now like to introduce our judge of the day. Mrs. Pradnya Jhende, who has completed 6 years of service in APS Ahmednagar and successfully shouldered the responsibility of subject head in primary wing for 2 years. She has written various poems for Junior School magazine and worked as an editor. She had written motivational poems for AVS and contributed in training students for anchoring in various major events like Annual Day, Radio Jockey Competitions, Sports Day, Ava Mela, and many more. She is creative script writer and fond of writing poems. It's pleasure to have you, ma'am. Now, let me move further and start with the rubrics of the competition. It is as follows: content, presentation, voice projection, fluency, pronunciation, clarity of the word, and thought and confidence. And finally, it's time to start our most awaited competition. The participants are expected to make note of the following instructions. First, keep your mic mute unless it's your turn to speak. Raise your hand for any queries. Participants should be in an area of good network connectivity. Keep your videos on throughout your performance. Lastly, I wish all the best to all the participants and welcome the audience again. Our first participant is Sahil Samle from 9th A.
Good morning. Good morning, Principal Ma'am, Vice Principal Ma'am, teachers, and all my dear friends. Today, I, Sahil Sable, of class 9th A, is going to perform on a topic if I could only learn through the green leaves. Do you know that a leaf can do its configuration in high winds to reduce surface exposure and minimize potential damage? Some leaves in heavy winds curl itself into a tightening cone to minimize wind drag. Do you know, as we know, that do you know that how bravely a leaf faces challenge in its life? And on the other hand, we humans always get affected by the negative influences and we try to change ourselves according to them. But leaves, they don't. Leaves always know what it needs, and it needs sunlight. So it orients towards the sunlight and make the food for the whole plant by the process of photosynthesis. A great lesson that nature teaches us is we should always be focused as a leaf, and similarly, we should not be affected by the negative influencers in our life. We all have heard that leaves changes their color season to season. Like this only, like green, red, and yellow. Mm. Do you know that all these colors are actually present in the leaf all along? In winter, we can see green color because of chlorophyll. When the leaf falls, the chlorophyll breaks and give the other color pigment chance to be revealed. Here, leaf teaches us that we have all the good and bad qualities within us. We just need to take them out when the right time arrives. Leaves work together and make the food for the whole plant. When a tree gets sick, every leaf perishes with it. Leaves make food for the whole plant, not just for their own self. Leaves have a very good unity and they help each other in their bad times, or we can say difficulties. We could do cutting of our trees. to free itself. Do you know that the falling leaves are not the loss, but it's a renewal and a fresh arrival? Leaves sacrifice its life just for the good growth of tree, and we can also say that we should we can also say that everything happens for a good reason. At last, I would say that we should always follow a leaf in our life, and we should learn lot of things from a leaf. In every change, in every falling leaf, there is a lot of pain and lot of beauty, and that's how the new leaf grows. Thank you.
Thank you, Sahil. Now, our next participant is Rohit Dage.
Nature isn't a place to visit, it's a home. Just like the season change, we must learn to accept changes in our life. Good evening, one and all present here. My name is Rohit, and today I'm here to put my thoughts in front of you on the topic I wish we could learn only through the green leaves. Nature is what the world around us. It is the most beautiful, wonderful, and divine creation of God. Nature has been inspiring humanity since centuries and centuries ago. Like it inspires many poet and author to write on it, and also the painter who get inspired by it and capture its beauty in their canvas. Apart from all these green leaves also teaches us important lessons of life. To start with, nature is never in a hurry to complete its work. Whether it be the bird who flies as fast and as high as it feels it should, or the flower blossoming at their own pace and turning beautifully ultimate. When we truly observe nature, it teaches us that under heaven everything has its own purpose, and we should value whatever every creature does, even if it does not aid for our own survival. The next thing that we learn from nature is that we should also kick back and watch the world turn sometime. Just we recharge the batteries and return fresh. Another thing that we learn from nature is that Another thing that we learn from nature is that though we are small, but together we are big. Similarly to the vast ocean, as it cannot exist without a single droplet of water, which make it complete. Have you ever observed a sapling growing into tree with changing time? Initially, it was delicate and tiny, but later it develops into a huge tree, which is capable of supporting many. No matter how tall it grows, no matter how much it may flourish, or no matter how much bird and animal it may support, but its roots are firmly buried from where it once was. This teaches us that we should be grounded, respectful, and embarrassed towards our origin and hopefully give back in return to them those who have nurtured us into who we are. In addition to all this, nature is also an expectational artist. Have you ever noticed the unique plant, the brightly colored flowers, and the specific patterns found throughout the nature? With so much beauty around, who could deny that nature is the most creative artist out there? So give just 1 minute and admire this beautiful artist creation. Get inspired and create something that will in return inspires others. In the end, I would like to say is that a loving mother nature to all, who smoothens their mind and mends their broken heart. A friend, a guide, and a playmate one can call, who shares her hidden secret in a small part. So go to Mother Nature, learn a lot. Nobody teaches like her in any other. Thank you.
Thank you, Rohit. Our next participant is Mayank Mule from class 9th B.
Look deep into nature and you will understand everything better. Very well said by Albert Einstein. And I cannot agree enough on this. Good evening, respected Principal Ma'am, Vice Principal Ma'am, Honorable Judges, teachers, and my dear friends. I am Mayank Mole of 9th B, and I would like to perform on topic I wish we could learn only through green leaves. I believe that nature is a very beautiful and endless prospect of magic and wonder. Nature teaches us patience, sacrifice, and much more. The best lesson we learn from the nature is to be giver rather than receiver. Nature gives us things like sunshine, rain, food, water, seasons, and flowers without expecting anything in return. Nature is a school without walls. It's master of versatility. Hence, I always wish I could learn through green leaves. Nature is an integral part of mankind, of the greatest blessing for human life. Nature gives us a lot to live a beautiful and peaceful life. Trees bearing fruits teaches us to be polite. Flowing rivers teaches us from excitement to stability. Leaves and flowers tells us the importance of delicacy and sacrifice. Water and air teaches us generosity and courtesy. The thing that I have learned from nature is the importance of community, and one should also be aware that nature doesn't hurry. Nature is our greatest teacher. This teacher has given us everything in plenty and now has understood that human beings do not understand its value. Nature has its own way to teach people and make them aware of its importance. Nature is trying to tell us that we have to use resources properly. I may not be able to learn all these things inside the four walls of school, but the nature teacher will make me happy in its company and will make me a person with manners and values. Therefore, I wish to say that I wish to say that in the pursuit of my journey of my life, I wish I could learn more and more things from the nature. And at the end, I would like to conclude by saying my wish by saying that nature is what we see and what we feel around us. Nature is like a mother who never scolds us unless we do anything wrong. I'm happy to be a part of nature and also happy to be part of Earth. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayank. Our next participant is Abhishek Gonde from 9th B.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Many eyes go to the meadow, but few see the flowers in it. Good evening, everyone. Respected Principal Ma'am, Vice Principal Ma'am, teachers, and my dear friends. Today, I Abhishek from Class 9B is going to speak on the topic I wish we would learn only through the nature. Here, I remember our greatest poet, Rabindranath Tagore's thought, who felt nature is a treasure of wisdom, and hence education must happen in a natural setting. This thought he implemented in his school life, named Shanti Niketan. Private educational institutions have sprung up everywhere. Have sprung up everywhere. But and he sort of focused only on profit, where a child learns things with lots of rote learning. But is this rote learning really beneficial for us? I don't think so. Learning in nature provides us countless opportunities like discovery, creativity, problem solving, and STEM education. When we interact with natural environment, it allows us to learning by doing by learning by doing experiment with different ideas. In nature, we can learn and think questions by ourselves and make our own hypotheses. In nature, we can run, jumping into the puddles, hop, skip, climbing trees, roll and shout, which relax and reduce our tension, anxiety and stress. Nature teaches us lots of lessons like during autumn season we can see plants and trees shed their leaves so that they can survive in summers. Similarly, during this pandemic, we should take care of ourselves and to take all preventative measures and healthy diet and vaccines so that we can survive. Let us take one more example. When seeds are scattered on ground, it grows only in favorable conditions. Every individual takes his own time to take and grow, flourish, and grow itself. At last, I would like to say learning in nature tells about everything around us is flourishing from one stage to another stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhishek. Our next participant is Shrushti from class 9th B.
Can I get some minutes? I'm not able to on my camera.
Pradnya ma'am, shall we wait or shall we go to the next?
Yes, Viraj sir, if she's facing any issue, we can proceed, sir, with the next participant, and she can later she can present her.
Okay. Antara,
Yes.
please do the needful.
Yes, sir. So our next participant is Arjun from class 9C.
I wish I could learn through leaves. Sounds amazing and simple, right? It takes a lot of time to convert this topic into an informative, slight, and simple language which every simple one can understand. I wish I could learn only through the green leaves. Good morning, my respected teachers and my lovely dear friends and my guests. I, Arjun from 9C, is going to present a slight speech on the topic I wish I could only learn through the leaves. I could learn only through the leaves. This topic concentrates basic on of leaves. If we go into leaf, deep into a leaf, focus my word, deep into a leaf. There are plenty of words which we can take to concentrate and go through. Lacks of concept can be turned out if we go deep and almost every layer of a normal leaf. Green leaf are composed of basic five parts: margin, tip, blade, axle, and pistule. These are some five basic parts which we learn in bio of our class 6th, and we remember them till now. This is the first thing which we learned through the leaves. This was of the leaf. Now let's come to the what we learn from the leaves. Basically, if I go on the leaf, there are some very important life principle also which we learn through the leaves. Going out of bio concepts, going out of a school, or going out of a simple closed classroom, there can be amazing plenty of nature which is gifted by God. And every, mark my word, every type of gift by God or nature is super amazing and interesting. And one gift is leaf, which teaches very different amazing kinds of idioms and life of principles of life. First can be just bearing any condition of life. Just like, if kids are running, they pluck a leaf. Did the plant say, hey, you pluck my leaf out? Have you heard any leaf? No. They bear any condition of life. They bear every temperature. If it's extreme cold, no problem. If it's scorching heat, yet no problem. It's snowfall, yet leaf bears it. It's heavy rain, it's cold plus, and leaves are facing some very difficult conditions. Yet leaf never shouts at you saying, take me inside. Have you ever heard this? No. Leaf teaches how we can bear every types of sample or condition of life. This can be the one principle which we should learn from leaves. Leaf also make them flexible according to different conditions of our emotions and life. Basically, our life is composed of many types of leaves, but green leaf is super special because green is such a color which basically give our eyes very cool type of feeling, or we can say a very cold mind which give us a fresh looks. And no matter how a leaf looks, how a leaf shape it, just a 5 centimeter by 5 centimeter leaf can make your life different. Here I like to end. Thank you, dear teachers.
Thank you, Arjun. Our next participant is Prashant from 9C.
Am I visible?
Yes.
Okay. Look deep into the nature and you can understand everything better. Good afternoon to respected judges, teachers, and my dear friends. Today, I, Prashant of class 9C, is going to speak on the topic I wish we could learn only through green leaves. There's a question comes to our mind. What does this line mean? It means to not only study from books and websites, but also from green leaves and from nature. Even the wish that we want is not wrong. If we want, we can. There's a famous quote by an artist and an engineer who is best known for his paintings and notably the Mona Lisa. And he is Leonardo da Vinci. And the famous quote spoken by him is nature is wise. You can learn everything from everywhere. We can learn each and every subject from nature. Like we can learn gravity that is invented by Isaac Newton just only by falling off an apple from tree that comes under physics. We learn about plant tissues, plant cells, etc., which comes under biology. We do not only get knowledge from green leaves, we also get so many life lessons from them. Some of them are leaves teaches us that all living things must die, but life continues. The leaf must wither and fall, but the tree remains alive to produce more leaves and to carry process of life. Every human being is born to live and then to die. Yet, even the death, life continues. It also teaches that plants don't set limits how big they can. They grow as much as they can. That means holding on to limit beliefs is one of the most greatest destroyer of human potential. The beliefs that we hold it out, minds about that we can or cannot do, and what we are and are not capable of. Place restriction on what we will achieve in reality. Whether you think or you can't, you are right. At the end, I want to conclude by saying that leaves teaches us everything from study to life lessons. The wait is to implement the idea to learn through leaves. Thank you.
Thank you, Prashant. Our next participant is Parul from 9C.
Anyone who thinks fallen leaves are dead has never watched them dancing on a windy day. Good evening, everyone. Myself, Parul Chauhan from class 9C, and I am here to talk on a topic I wish we could only learn through the green leaves. So, guys, this is no more my wish. I have literally learned a lot of things from leaves, and that are as follows. Leaves teaches us that all the living things must die, but life continues. The leaves must wither and fall, and but trees remains alive and produce more leaves, and to carry on the process of life, human being in the born to live and then die, yet even death continues. Guys, trees without leaves are like human without blood. And second is, leaf also teaches us that each and everything has a proper routine in this world. A leaf start growing from a shrub to tree, and same condition of a human life cycles goes on until you die, so the life goes on like this. I have learned a very beautiful lesson from the leaves, and that is, you have to enjoy, or you enjoy each and every moment of your life. And in spring, they teaches us that it's your time to shine and believe in yourself. You can achieve it. If you feel like you're losing everything, that's when trees lose every leaf of it, but it wait and stands strong and wait for the better day to come. Guys, leaves are also the best example of giver rather than the receiver. And autumn is like a retirement days for leaves. And if we see on the other side, as leaf help us to cure diseases. In the similar way, a human should help the other human to live in this world. There are many such examples where we can learn from only through the leaves, but we can also learn from the whole nature. Finally, what the nature taught us is life goes on. So, I would like to end up my speech by saying few lines from a song that is, like an echo in the forest, another day goes flying by as if nothing ever happened, and life goes on like this. Thank you and have a nice day, everyone.
Thank you, Parul. Our next participant is Aisha A from 9C.
Yes, Aisha, you are not audible.
Is she present? Aisha A. She is from which class, Antra?
Sir, 9C.
9C.
Sir, Aisha from our class is not present, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Arjun. Antra, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. So our next participant is Soumya from 9th D.
What is the most attractive, intelligent, and self sacrificing thing in the entire universe? Is it revolutionaries, humans, supercomputers, or AI robots? No, it is nature. Greetings of the day, respected judges, teachers, and my dear friends. Today, I, Soumya, on the behalf of Army Public School, Ahmednagar, is going to present my views on the topic. I wish we could learn only through green leaves. Nowadays, due to rat race in day-to-day living, human beings are alienated from nature. We are living in such a bustling world today that we almost forget the importance of nature in our lives. Though we forget about nature, but nature didn't forget us. As it's rightly said, that a teacher consumes itself to lit up our lives. In the same manner, the nature, the greatest teacher ever, provides everything we need to survive. It gives us many things like soil, water, air, trees, weather, suitable temperature, sunshine, moon, rain, food, and so much. This list is never ending. Really, nature is the world's best teacher. We can thus learn a great deal from it. It teaches us real selflessness, true renunciation, sacrifice, and teaches us how to be calm, patient, and kind. It imbued us with thankfulness and positive energy. It's an endless source of inspiration and moral values too. It taught us one of its most valuable teaching that money is not really important. Thing that really matter is the company of our loved ones. Nature reminds us that bigger and not always better, because an ant is enough to make a big elephant's heart move up and down. When I was in third standard, I always wondered that tree gives us cool shade and juicy fruits, and we cut them only to earn a piece of paper. I have a big question that always stuck in my mind whenever I look at any tree. That why the tree is so sacrificing. Now I realize that sacrifice is in the DNA of nature. And nature also told us to be giver rather than a receiver. Apart from the moral values, we can also learn science from nature. Yes, nature gives ideas to us and inspires us. Nature has a huge hand behind our success in science. We all know that Isaac Newton discovered the theory of gravity after questioning on a natural phenomena of falling. Have you ever noticed the shape of the aeroplane and ships? It is streamlined, right? The concept of streamlined body also arrives from nature. Our forefathers also asked lots of questions on natural phenomena and tried hard to find their answer. Even today, we ask lots of questions and are quenching thirst of our curiosity. We didn't even realize that we had made so much progress in science. Look deep into the nature and you'll find everything better. These glorious words are said by Albert Einstein, and it's quite true. Nature is an all-rounder teacher who is perfect in all subjects. We must be thankful to nature, but instead, we are taking it as granted. Though nature is the finest teacher ever, but ask yourself, are you a good student? We all are the worst students up till now, and we didn't deserve such a non-perile teacher. We all know the importance of nature and its contribution in making our lives possible. But still, we are not even trying to take care of our Mother Nature. We are giving her a gift of pollution and giving our bitterness instead of loving her. We harassed our Mother Nature up to such an extent that she is forced to slap us in the form of drought, famine, earthquakes, flooding of oceans, and that is when she brings disaster. Let's join our hands together to give respect and love to our foremost teacher. At last but not the least, I would like to say that nature is an unsurpassed teacher, and I wish from my bottom of my heart that I never miss a single opportunity of learning from nature. Also, I pledge to respect and protect nature, and I'll promise that I'll never miss a single chance to showcase my love towards it. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.
Thank you, Soumya. Now our next participant is Afroz Banu from 9th D.
Though the tree grows so high, still the fallen leaves returns to the root. Greetings to all. I'm a pros of class 9T, and today I'll be talking upon a subject matter that is, I wish we could only learn through green leaves. That's nature. So let me begin with asking you a question: that have you pondered upon what is nature? Yes, it's you and me. and mountains, oceans, plants, and air, all, and even the air around us is nature. The God has gifted all this to his own creation. Mother Nature does not only provide us with things that humans need to survive and thrive, gives us, but also gives us extremely valuable virtues. It has its own way to teach people. Nature is the best teacher for anything and everything we want to learn in our lives, like patience, kindness, hard work, abundance, generosity, acceptance, self reliance, and many others. All these are life transforming lessons that are only we received by our Mother Nature. The sun we see every day does not only give us light, but and makes our earth, planet Earth bright, but also has a hidden message to say. That is, there's always a bright day after a long dark night. So keep on working, have patience, and work for what you want. The nature is so glorious that even from a dead leaf, it teaches us numerous things. For instance, always be down to earth. Always be down to earth and never, uh, always be down to earth and always be down to earth and don't always be down to earth and respect and value each one. No matter how much you achieve, there shouldn't be any, you should not ever disrespect anyone. The mountain says, don't be afraid of difficulties, failure, or any type of stress because you should fight, you should stand, you should stay strong and be firm and fight against all the complications that are there in your life. The rebel says, the rebel teaches us to keep on moving and not stop. There will be many problems, many obstacles which will be there in our life, but we don't have to stop. Rather than stopping, we should learn how to keep on moving. The tree teaches us to be kind and humble to each other, to humble to each one, to always share the things with each one. Be helpful to needy ones. Even if you have little, try to share some of it. As the flowers spread their perfume all around, likewise, learn to spread positivity all around you. All in all, the nature is incredible, and it gives us, and it only, the nature is incredible, and for that, it just wants us to protect her, care for her, value her, and respect her. But do you know what we do instead? We hurt it, harm it, pollute it. We are cutting down our trees. We are polluting our own environment. But don't worry, we all can come together and we can still change the situation. And remember that nature gives simple but great lessons. So with this, I would like to conclude my speech with some of the key points. That is, be patient, hardworking, down to earth, be always a good person, and be patient, positive, and I hope that now you know that green leaves are your best teacher. Thank you.
Thank you, Afroz. So our next participant is Shraddha B from 9th D.
Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Shraddha Borude, representing class 9th D, is here to speak on learning through a green leaf. Learning through a green leaf means learning through nature. In school, we study about nature like it is something separate from us. That is, the, that is not true because we are a part of nature. People People try to use nature for their own needs. They act like they are masters and nature is their slave. They just take and take from nature and nothing giving back. That is a shame because nature can serve as a wonderful classroom. From the moment we open our eyes, nature can be our greatest teacher. Nature can teach us about life, how to live easier, healthier, and meaningful life. Like a caterpillar transforms to a butterfly, people go through the similar changes. The process is something we all go through. We can't avoid that. We can just learn something from it. As caterpillar becomes a wonderful butterfly, people through learning, upgrading and grooming their personality become a better human beings. Nature may promote learning by learners' attention, levels of stress, self-discipline, interest and enjoyment in learning, and physical activities and fitness. All of our technical skills have been learned from mimicking nature or by directly harnessing it. Since nature is active in a network with connections to everything, we can learn how to remediate wars. Limitless sky with trillions of galaxies remind us how insignificant we humans are in this vast universe. Water always flows from high to low. In the same way, knowledge should be transferred from the learned to the ignorant. Trees provide shelter, food, and oxygen selflessly to everyone. We should be selfless in our lives. Children's social, psychological, academic, and physical health is positively impacted when they have a daily contact with nature. This exposure to nature also increases children's ability to focus, enhances cognitive abilities, supports creativity and problem solving. Being in nature or even viewing scenes of it reduces anger, fear, and stress and increases pleasant feelings. Exposure to nature not only makes you feel better emotionally, it contributes to your physical well-being, reduces blood pressure, heart rate, muscle tension, and the production of self-stress hormones. I believe that spending time in nature can give our schoolwork a boost. I believe being outside or outdoor can make youngsters feel more confident and capable of trying new things. Thank you.
Thank you, Shraddha. Our next participant is Arpit from 9th D.
I'm Visual.
Yes.
Leaves grow under the haze of sunlight and hang still on a windlass. Good evening, everyone, respected principal ma'am, teachers, and judges. Today, I, Arpit Yadav from 9D, I want to deliver a speech topic I wish we could learn through only green leaves. What lesson nature teaches us? The greatest lesson it teaches to maintain balance in our life. How many of us take walk outside and spend time with nature? I think probably very few. In a bid to enjoy by the products of technological advancement, we have forgotten something bigger to enjoy. What nature? What can beat this? Have you ever wondering up what we can learn from nature? There are many lessons we can learn from it, and these that's are endless. Nature is very appealing and exceptional artist. Have you ever noticed different types of leaves on different plants? Brightly colored flowers with so much beauty around. Who could deny that nature is the most creative artist out there? Take a minute to admire this beautiful artist creation and be inspired and create something that will inspire others. Life isn't about making lists and trying to be one step ahead of others. Life is to live. Everything in the life is in a rhythmic way. Every tiny part of nature harmoniously coexists with other parts. We needed in a life, we needed harmony in life too. Peace. There is peace all around the nature, in the stillness of the lakes, mountains, and deep within the sea. Is peace and inner calm. Nature is very versatile. Just look around you, you will see well-being mix of things, and our life is mix of things too. The journey of life has so many twists and turns, all of which make a one big beautiful thing. And what does it imply? Have you ever thought of it? Are they not offering us what would they have? I think nature is very selfless and benevolent giver. It is very generous and abundant. A very important lesson is that we will not be on a smooth train all the time. We have to learn in any water, shallow or deep, known or unknown. It teaches us not to give up in under any given circumstances. Align with the intersections of your route. This movement now creates balance you seek. Another important life lesson is that challenges are here to make you stronger. For example, a tree that is constantly facing a storm becomes stronger and grows deeper. You might scorn at the challenges that life throw at you, but but when you back on your life, you will realize that challenges that have shaped you and what today make and what you are today. While facing the challenges, while facing the challenges, we find our true strength. And in the last, the fallings of the leaves is not a loss, but a renewal, not a departure, but a fresh arrival. Thank you.
Thank you, Arpit. Our next participant is Tanu from 9th E.
A very warm good evening to one and all present here, Honorable Vice Principal Ma'am, respected judges, and all my dear friends. Today, I, Tanu of class 9th E, is here before you all to present my thought on the topic. I wish I could learn only through leaves. When I first heard this topic, I was really confused. Lots of thought came into my mind that did I actually learn anything from nature? Why should I be interested in learning from nature? I know that from the very moment I opened my eyes for the first time, I had been constantly learning. First of all, my parents taught me how to eat, speak, walk, and log, and then I was sent to a big, huge building known as school, again to learn a lot of things. But wait a minute, where did nature come in between? This thought made me jump into the world of words and codes and theories given upon nature by some great people. One of them seemed very interesting to me. Here it is. Madhu vata ritayate, madhu sharanti sindhava, matavina santoshiti. This statement of Rig Veda states that nature blesses people with leading their life perfectly. Sun provides us a peaceful life. The conditions of life are perfect. Rain falls on us. Trees grow. Animals thrive. But where did nature come in between? I came to understand the level of kindness the nature has. Moreover, I got to learn that all the things nature provides us are free of cost because it's so precious that it cannot be given some price tags. But is it the only reason that why we consider nature as the best teacher? Probably not. A wise man had said that nature isn't a place to visit, it's our home. And the one who separates themselves from our home, they would necessarily lose lots of principles of our life. Then why should I miss out those principles? I started spending time with nature, spending time and learning and having some good experience from nature. And here is what I observed. Birds fly on their own pace. Plants are there doing what they have to do. Day cannot be changed into night in just counting of five, which means nature doesn't hurry. Yet, everything nature wants is accomplished. Nature teaches us that we are here to learn and grow. Nature teaches us that we are here to learn and grow. Nature teaches us that we are here to learn and grow. Nature teaches us that we are here to learn and grow. And
Excuse me,
these
Virat sir.
purpose,
I think Tanu is not audible. There is some network issue, Tanu.
I'm so sorry, ma'am, for that. Should
No,
I
no, it's
begin
okay.
again?
It's okay. You can start. You can start. Till now, I could hear you. Now you got stuck up, I think, and I couldn't hear. So you can just continue. Last 2 minutes, whatever you said. Last 1 minute. Okay. Yeah. Carry on.
Okay,
Carry on,
ma'am.
Tanu. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay. So, at this moment, I could learn. I have to, sorry to interrupt again, but I have to start from the past again, from the last 1 minute.
Yes, yes, Tanu.
Okay, ma'am. This query of mine made me jump into the world of words, code, and theories given upon nature by some great people. One of the statement means very meaningful to me and attractive also. Here it is. Madhu vata ritayate, madhu shravanti sindhava, madhavina santoshadi. This Sanskrit quote of Rig Veda tells us that nature blesses people with leading their life perfectly. Sun provides us a peaceful life. River which is continuously flowing provides us the great water, health, living, vegetation, and our cows provides us milk. With this thought, I came to face the extent of generosity our Mother Nature has, and I learned the lesson of kindness. Moreover, I got to learn that all the things nature provides us are priceless because they are so precious that they cannot be given some price tags. But is it the only reason why we consider Mother Nature as our best teacher? Probably not. A wise man has said that nature isn't a place to visit, it's our home. And if we separate ourselves from our home, then surely we will miss out lots of important lessons of life. So why to waste the time? Let's have some good experience and memories with nature. And here is what I observed. Birds fly on their own pace. Plants do whatever they are supposed to do. Night cannot be changed into day in just count of 5, which means nature doesn't hurry. Yet, whatever it wants, it achieves that. It tells us the lesson of hurrying is not a job. We are here to live. All the true observer of nature can learn that all the things created under this heaven are for some purpose. And we all living organisms are also for some great purpose, that is living. And it teaches us that it's okay to be a human being rather than being a human doing. I know that it's important to be productive, to earn a livelihood, to live, but at the same time, we should also understand our existence. Why are we here to live? Yes, right? So, if I could learn lots of these important principles of life just by spending a couple of days with nature, observing my environment, spending some time with my own self, then what would happen if I invest most of the time under the shades of green leaves? And hence I wish that I could only learn through leaves. Thank you.
Thank you, Tannu.
Antara, you are not
And next,
audible.
Payal Kumar E.
Antara,
So I'm
Antara, Antara.
Virat sir, you can call out the name of the student if you're aware.
Yes, ma'am. Payal Kumari. Next is Payal Kumari.
Okay. So I'm audible.
Yes, Payal.
So please,
Yes, Payal.
I'm requesting you and the judges because I'm in village because of my family issue. My mom, my uncle's death had done, so I can't open the camera because lots of people in my home and I'm not alone. So please allow me that, please, sir.
Yes, sir, she has requested to me also, sir. Viraj sir, if we can allow her without camera.
No issues, ma'am. Let her go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. A very great and a wonderful evening to my dear friends and my respective teachers and the judges. Today, I, Payal Kumari of class 9th E, going to speak on a topic. So, my topic is I wish we could learn only through green leaves. It means a nature. Let us first talk about the nature. When we think about nature, a wonderful image come in our mind. The nature is great art and a great gift of a God. So let us talk about the topic. My reason one, nature study provides the foundation for formal science studies. We, the children, will find it much easier to learn science in the formal lessons with the books if they already make a personal constitution with the plant or animal or weather or whatever they are studying. They'll find it much easier. My second reason is nature study increase our capacity to understand the unknown. We see often when learning about something new, we compare it to something we have already seen and we know about. My reason third, nature study cultivates love of investigation. We love to find out what things look like on the inside and how things work. From the time they become mobile, they thoroughly investigate whatever capture their interest. Fourth, nature study increase our characters. Even if your student doesn't enter a scientific career, his time in nature study will help him to whatever he field he wants. Close personal responses of nature gives regular opportunity to grow in the habit of attention. Last but the not least point is nature study is a great way to ensure the love of the searching for answer. Thank you so much and have a nice day ahead.
Thank you, Payal. Our next participant is Ayush Parashar from 9th E.
Good evening, respected Principal Ma'am, Vice Principal Ma'am, and all teachers. Today, I, Ayush Parashar of Class 9th E, is going to speak on the topic I wish I could learn only through green leaves. I wish I could learn only through green leaves of our trees in nature. Our nature teaches us in all fields of life. As we even lost our hope, trees teaches us not to give hope because trees also shed their leaves for the new ones. So why not us can also get all the things back we have lost. Just require is a lot of patience with a smile. Our nature teaches us in many such ways. Our nature is the best teacher. It makes us confident, tough, soft hearted, and loving. It gives everything it has to delight us every time. I truly believe in the old saying nature isn't a place to visit, it is home more and more. We are detached from nature, and like turning your back on your old elders, we miss out on a lot of important life lessons. Spend time in nature, you may learn a few things. Nature doesn't hurry, but everything is accomplished when you spend time in the forest, the deserts, or near the sea. You really notice that nature doesn't seem to be in that much of a hurry. The squirrel move at their pace, the birds fly as fast as they feel like. No one of it is rushed. Yet so often we rush ourselves. Take a deep breath. Don't hurry. Be steady. Everything has a person.
Thank you, Ayush. Our next participant is Abhishek N from 9th E.
Good evening. Today I, Abhishek Nagre of class 8E, 9th E, is going to speak on the topic I wish I could only learn through green leaves. Green leaves means nature. I would like to start with a beautiful quote that is not all the classrooms have four walls. It means that it means that knowledge and learning is not only present in the school or home. There are infinite ways through which we can get knowledge, such as through internet, books, teachers, etc. But the most wonderful way is through nature. Nature is present all around us. Nature is present all. That means that we have infinite knowledge around us, but we need to find it. Let us consider the example of eagle to understand it better. Eagle. Have you ever seen eagle flying with crow or sparrow? No. But eagle likes to fly alone or with other birds. Similarly, we can learn from it that we should always live with the person which will help us to grow, not with the person which will stop our growth or decreases us from the growth. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you, Abhishek. Now I would request next participant, Arzu from ninth F.
Am I visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. My name is Arzu, and I am from class 9th F. Our topic is I wish we could learn only through the green leaves. First, let's understand about the topic. Basically, I need to explain that what if nature would be our teacher? Well, before moving ahead towards the topic, I want to tell you a very beautiful quote given by a very famous poet, William Wordsworth. Come into the light of things. Let nature be your teacher. It means that come into the beautiful world of nature. Let the nature be your teacher. If we go back in the past, in the times of our grandfather and mother, we are going to see several types of methods through which they were being taught. They were not having various types of subjects. Instead of that, they were taught the basic principle of life, like how you should respect others, how you should be patient in some situations, etc. Did you know that in earlier times they were not having classrooms? Instead of that, they used to sit under a big banyan tree. This was about how early students were learning. But the question still remains how nature is our teacher. Now, in this pandemic, we are totally dependent on nature because those people who are COVID positive has to eat Ayurvedic karas and also has to drink turmeric milk. Nature indirectly teaches us a lot. In nature, there are lots of changes which occur time to time, but still it accepts all the problems and fight against it. That is what the thing which we as a human need to understand, that let situation be worse. Your work is to fight against those situations and win them strongly. If you have saw a fish, then you have also observed that if we take out fish for just 2 minutes, it starts tormenting without water. It means that fish cannot live without water. As soon as the net of fishermen is thrown on fish, the fish immediately dies, but nothing has happened to water. So that's how, if some particular person is dependent on you, so you should not leave that person's hand forever like your friend. You have to just hold your friend's hand and told them, don't worry, my dear friend, I am with you always. At last, I want to tell you that nature is a very good teacher, and also as being a very good student, you should learn each and everything with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Arzu. Our next participant is Shivani Mole from 9th F.
So am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Nature is man's teacher. She unfolds her treasure to his search, unseals his eyes, illuminated his mind, and purifies his heart. And influence breathes from all the sights and sounds of her existence. Good evening to one and all present here. Today I, Shivani, from class 9th F, is going to put forward my thoughts on topic I wish I could only learn through green leaves. A newborn opens his eyes and sees for the first time this beautiful world. So, this moment should remind us that we are born into this world which was already created as a design. We are born before we were born, and we are only visitors. We arrive, we live, and then we depart. The life between the arrival and departure is no less than a treasure hunt. We are all in a treasure hunt, and the world holds all its clues. We just need to open our eyes and see the message is right in front of us. It shows us how to live your life. From the first ray of sunlight to the last glance of moonlight, we are all surrounded with nature. The best way to learn and explore the world is the nature. If I would ever get a chance to have a wish from God, I would ask Him to make nature as my teacher. I would ask Him to give me a world which is only surrounded by His creation, where sky would be my classroom, where nature would be my teacher, and where you, my Lord, would be my principal. No classrooms, no human teachers. Only I need a nature which talks with me and clear all my questions. Whenever I look towards this nature, I find every day something new in it. The sunlight tells me that there is always light after darkness. The day will arise and you just need to sleep and dream. The day will come for your dreams to come true. The soil of any place tells me about the history of the place. Remarks that there is a mystery find here. The infinite sky tells me to only fly and never stop dreaming. The falling of leaves never affect trees, which tells me that I should shed off all the negative thoughts and fill my mind and body with all the positivity. And you know what? What is the most important thing to take from the nature? Is every organism in this nature is totally is every organism in the nature is dependent on each other. No organism is totally independent. They are all dependent, and that's the only thing that will make one organism respect the other organism equally. Let me tell you one incident of China which took place in 1958. The leader of China, Mao Zedong, ordered to kill all the sparrows. Why? Because sparrows are eating much grains. So, in order to increase the food production and economy of that area, he ordered to kill the sparrows. But the decision turned out to be environmental disaster. The area got the area got flooded with insects and rodents in the absence of birds, which caused more harm to the crops. The entire area became inhabitable. And nature is the best teacher in the universe, who does not speak but has infinite things to tell. We have to just open our heart and spend a lots of time with it. And I assure you that every day you will get to new lessons. And nature is a kind of school where we need not to pay, where the God is the principal and where there no discrimination among people, where only each and every person will get lessons. At the end, I would like to stop with a small poem. Oh God, please give me such powers which could fulfill my wish to learn only through green leaves. Thank you.
Thank you, Shivani. Next, I would request Abhishek D to continue from my.
Abhishek. Abhishek, is he there?
No, sir, he's not there.
Okay, Antara, go to the next.
Yes, sir. So our next participant is Vanshika Arjal from 9th G.
Wish I could learn only through pristine beauty of nature. Then perhaps my knowledge would be as pristine as it too. Good afternoon to all the respected teachers, judges, and my dear friends. Today I, Vanshika Arjial of class 9th G, is going to express my thoughts on the topic which I could learn only through green leaves. Now let me elaborate this sentence for you. This sentence basically means that which I could learn only through the nature. Now, some of you must be thinking that what is there to learn from nature and how can we learn from nature? Well, here is your answer. The sun, the moon, the stars, the rivers, and the trees all teach us something and all are a part of nature. The sun teaches us how to do our duty without failing. It burns and burns and burns for us and to provide us light for surviving. Just like the sun, we should do our duty very loyally and without failing. The stars never leave the moon behind. They stay by it even through the dark, long night. Just like the stars, we should stay by our friends, family, and whoever needs us in their bad times and support them with our whole heart. The trees are cut down by us humans for our sakes. We do not even care to plant them again. But they still care about us and provide us with the most important thing of our life to survive, the oxygen and fruits to eat. The rivers flow, flow, and flow, no matter how bad the weather is, and we should be firm and strong just like the rivers and face our difficulties strongly. But as we all know, the knowledge gained from the books is valued far more than the knowledge gained by nature. We should not do this. We should value the knowledge gained by nature. The second problem is we are destroying our mother nature completely. We should not cut down the trees and pollute air. We should sincerely care about our environment and our mother nature. And if we do not care, as Newton's third law of motion states that every reaction has an equal and opposite reaction. So our bad actions towards Mother Nature will react as bad reactions on us by Mother Nature. So we should preserve our Mother Nature and keep it safe and should not ignore the little things we learn through natures because they teach us value of things and very valuable things which we can use in our day-to-day lives. Thank you for all for listening to me.
Thank you, Vanshika. Our next participant is Pradeep from 9th G.
Sir, I am audible and visible.
Yes.
Every day may not be good, but there is something good in every day. Good afternoon to one and all present over here. I am Pradeep Kumar Yadav from class 9th G. Nature is a book of learning, but the only thing is that we must open the page. As a student of life, observing nature is an always inspiring and spiritual experience for me. I could sit and watch waves crashing for hours. The ocean particularly reminds me that how incredible fascinating our nature is and how little we know about it. There is nothing more humbling than being face to face with someone who is so much bigger than yourself. Nature is our mother, teacher, and a good friend. Nature can be anything. Just we need a way to look it. One of the great scientists, Albert Einstein, said that look deep into the nature and then you will understand everything better. When I look deep into the nature, I got some questions in my mind. I often wonder why nature inspires us, why we are in awe of certain sceneries, and why do we find this landscape, ocean, and stars so breathtaking. We haven't done anything to earn this awe, so why do we feel it? Have you ever thought about it? It is one of accomplishment, but of humanity. Please. Nothing in the nature lives for itself. River does not drink their own water. Tree does not eat their own fruit. The sun does not shine for itself. A flower fragment is not for itself. And the ocean in our mind, knowing that a new sunshine rising to paint our skies of a life. People nowadays are doing the work of destroying the mother nature. But the father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, once said that what we are doing to the nature will reflect us like a mirror. It is just like that when we do a wrong work or a wrong thing and our mother teach us a lesson. If you want to shine like a sun, first burn like a sun. This line was said by Sir APJ Abdul Kalam, also known as the Missile Man of India. This means that we should do hard work to become success in our life. One of the great writer, William Shakespeare, once said that nature has music for those who listen. This means that nature is open for everyone, for disabled, for those who are sad or happy, for those who are in depression. Nature is full of nature is full of good things. Don't search for them, feel them. At last, I would like to say that nature reminds us that all good things does not require money. Thank you.
Thank you, Pradeep. Our next participant is Angelina Kolakal from 9th H.
Edward Munch once said, and I quote, "Nature is not only that is visible to the eye, it includes the inner picture of the soul." Good evening, respected teachers and my dear friends. Today, I, Angelina
Angelina,
Kulakul of Ninth Batch.
adjust
Yes,
your
sir?
camera. Adjust your camera. Your face is not complete. Do little defocusing. Yes,
Is it
yes.
visible?
Now it's fine.
Edward Munch once said, and I quote, "Nature is not only that is visible to the eye, it includes the inner picture of the soul." Good evening, respected teachers and my dear friends. Today, I, Angelina Kulakal of 9th Edge, is going to elucute on the topic, I wish we could learn only through the green leaves. Now, this reminds me of an interesting story of an environmentalist, Salmada Tamaka. Salmada Tamaka is an Indian environmentalist from the state of Karnataka, noted for her work of planting and tending to 385 banyan trees along a 4-kilometer stretch of highway between Hulkal and Kudur. She's also planted nearly 800 trees. Her work has been honored and recognized by the government of India, and she was conferred with National Citizens Award and Padma Shri in 2019. She has made her life fully devoted to nature. Just like that, each one of us can learn a lot of things from nature. Mother Nature is the most benevolent and the best teacher. She nurtures her creations and at times mercilessly wipes them away. She's our mother, our first teacher. Perhaps the greatest lessons that she teaches us is to maintain a balance in life. I'd like to emphasize a few points where we can learn from nature in our day-to-day life. First, never let go your roots and you shall never fail. With time, a sapling grows into a full-grown tree. Something that was so tiny and delicate develops into a strong tree capable of supporting others. No matter how tall it grows, how much it may flourish, or how many animals and birds it may support, its roots are firmly buried from where it once rose. We should learn to keep ourselves grounded, respect and embrace our origin, and hopefully give something back to those humble beginnings that nurture us into who we are. Secondly, learn from both success and failure. In life, we do not take kindly to failure, nor we appreciate failure. Fear of failure or rejection prevents people from even trying. In this regard, nature is the perfect example of how we can integrate your failure into success by learning from it and improving upon it. Nature learns from both success and failure to manifest better life forms and living system. Like nature, we can also learn from mistakes and avoid them and improve upon them rather than feeling depressed and being ashamed of them. My dear audience, Lao Tzu once said, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Just like that, life isn't about making lists and trying to be one step ahead of others. Life is to live. Take a break and do whatever makes you feel happy. Do not worry about the future and let go of the past. Today is the present. Enjoy it. Another good lesson that we can learn from nature is to accept the changes. Change can be good or it can be bad. All we can do is to accept it. Just like the icy cold snow melts into the warmth of spring to give birth to fresh green leaves. Come autumn, these leaves age into shades of gold, only to be once again buried in the cold grave of winter. Change is inevitable. The sooner we embrace this, the better it is for us. It is important that we enjoy what we have to the fullest, because who knows how long it will last. My dear friends and teachers, though the nature is trying to teach us good lessons, it appears that people are not taking good enough care of nature. According to the statistics 2015-2020, 10 million hectares of forest were destroyed every year, giving a 35.48% decline. Finally, I would like to conclude by requesting each and every one of you to love nature and plant at least one tree and take care of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Reena. I'm Daksh Dhruv, 9th H.
I truly believe in the old saying, nature isn't a place to visit, it is our home. More and more, we are detached from nature. And like turning your own back on your own elders, we miss out on a lot of important life lessons. Good evening, respected teachers and all my dear friends. I, Daksh, from class 9H, stand before you all to share my thoughts about the topic, if only we could learn through the green leaves. When you spend time in the forest, the desert, or near the sea, you really notice that nature doesn't seem to be in that much of a hurry. The squirrels move at their own pace, the birds fly as fast as they like, plants are just there doing what plants do. None of it is rushed. Yet so often we rush ourselves like maniacs. Take a deep breath, be steady, don't hurry. The best things are truly free. A great friend of my father recently lost his job and he was bummed because everything that's fun costs money. We decided to go for a hike and realized that nature is free and everything present in nature is a ton of fun. It's okay to be a human being instead of a human tool. Don't get me wrong, I love days when I'm so productive and I get a bunch of important things done. But nature teaches us that we should kick back, relax, and watch the world turn sometimes. Just be us and recharge our batteries and return fresh. Good stuff always follows bad stuff. Fogs lift, blizzards melt, clouds break, hurricanes pass, and following that is a beautiful weather. Nature teaches us that bad stuff is inevitable, but it is inevitably followed by something lovely. Everything has a purpose. Human ego tends to think of things in nature as being useful to us or useless in general. It is a pretty incredible conceit. The truly observing nature teaches us that everything under heaven has its own purpose, and we should value what each creature does, even if it doesn't aid our own survival. Every moment we spend in nature is an amazing opportunity to discuss discoveries about ourselves and the world we live in. Simply being surrounded by birds and plants has amazing beneficial effect for the mind and the body. But you can also amplify these lessons when you explore nature in a more intentional way. The more clarity you have what you're looking for, the more likely you are to find it. A great man, John Ruskin, once said, Rains refresh us, winds brace us, and all other things in nature helps us to stay the way we are. This tells us that different weathers are just bad weathers in good disguise, and thus nothing is bad, only a boon in disguise. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhruv. Our next participant is Nisha from 9th I.
Nisha, I think.
Excuse me, Viraj sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, Nisha has some network issue at her side.
Okay.
So she's unable to switch on her video. So I've told her you can just continue like that only.
Okay. So, but I think she's not in the meeting. She has left the meeting.
So um, she's somewhere in the
I'll just
high
call
altitude.
back and
So
check.
from there she's trying to join. I've just spoken to her.
Okay, we'll wait. We'll take her at last. Antara, please go ahead.
All right, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir. So our next participant is Aditi Kanwar from 9th I.
Aditi, you're not audible. Please unmute.
Still, you are unaudible. Aditi, check your mic connection. Check your mic connection. You're still unaudible.
Unmute yourself. Hello? No, you are not audible.
Remove the mic pin and put it again if you're using headphones or if you're using something else. So you're using phone directly? Okay, I could judge from only your face expression that you're using phone, but it is not working. Okay.
What happened, Aditi?
Okay.
No, you are not audible.
Okay, Aditi, adjust your internet connection. Check the health of your connection. Antara, please take the next till that time.
Yes, sir. So our next participant is Varashi Pardesi from 9th J.
Varahi.
Varahi Pardesi.
Varahi. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, is my video visible?
Yes.
Good afternoon to respected judges, teachers, and my dear friends. Today I, Varahi Pardeshi of class 9J, going to speak on the topic if we could only learn through the green leaves. Nature is beauty and beauty is nature. Everywhere nature is beautiful in one way or the other. The beauty of nature has been a source of inspiration and delight to mankind. It is an endless source of joy. Dewdrops on the green grass look like pearls. Sunrise is a lovely scene of nature. Setting sun, starry night, silvery light of the moon, snow-covered mountains, deep and dark forest, scent and fragrance of flowers are some of the beauties of the nature. The chopping of birds in trees has a music of its own. In spring, nature is at her best. Blooming of flowers of different hues fills the air with fragrance. The beauty of nature soothes our eyes, gladdens our hearts, and ennobles our souls. Leaves teaches us that all things have a purpose. Leaves help to sustain and enhance all life on earth. They provide shade and moderate temperature. They replenish the atmosphere with oxygen as they absorb carbon dioxide. Because tree leaves are the central to the overall health of a mature tree, you can learn a lot about the trees in your yard by carefully monitoring their leaves. We can learn from leaves that a cycle of life repeating over and over, and one need to stay focused on his or her goals, just like how the green leaves grow, flourish, fall, and return again to the branches. Leaves fall, but the tree remains alive, to reborn again with its natural, beautiful green leaves, flowers, and fruits. These unfolds that everybody is special and it is their responsibility to find their strength. Focus to strengthen that. Ma'am, may I continue? Focus to strengthen that quality and to nurture them. Always focus to know who are you, what are your strengths are, how you can groom and retain your good qualities. It also teaches that we should never stop in any difficulties. We just face every problems with courage, no matter that how difficult the trouble may be. So never stop and always go ahead. Leaves teaches us that there is a beauty at every age and stage of life. A leaf is beautiful when it is new and green, and in springtime it is also beautiful when it turns brown, gold, or red. Each human being is also beautiful at every age, stage, condition, or functioning level of life. When we view someone as ugly, that does not make him or her ugly. It merely means that our minds and hearts have been blinded, or we have chosen not to see persons' inward or outward beauty. How boring would life be if all the people were exactly the same? God appreciates variety, so He created each person to be unique. We are all like leaves, in that we are all of different size, shapes, and colors. It also teaches that a change is inevitable. A leaf changes with season. It begins as the bird in early springs, unfolds and expands in summer, and finally changes color and fall to the ground in autumn. The natural process of life includes change. Change is the only constant in nature. We are conceived, born, we grew up, and then as God wills, we grew old. As we changes, the world around us changes too. Change can cause us discomfort as it brings pain or loss into our life, but it can also help to keep our life fresh and beautiful. To truly live, we must face and even embrace change as a natural part of our life. We must also look to our unchanging God to sustain, strengthen, guide, and comfort us in the midst of the change. Thank you. Thank you, Varahi. Now I would request Smruti Bishnoi to continue from 9th J.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Smriti Bishoy of Class 9J. I'm going to speak on the topic If We Could Learn Only Through the Green Leaves. I truly believe in the old saying that nature isn't a place to visit, it is home. More and more, we are getting detached from the nature. It is like we are turning our backs on our elders. We miss out on a lot of important life lessons. Nature can be the most benevolent and at times can be ruthless. She nurtures her creations and at times can mercilessly wipes them away. Nature is free and is the best thing and place to have fun. I know you all will totally agree. Hiking, bungee jumping, trekking, all these activities takes you closer to nature. There are a lot of things that we can learn from the nature as it is an open book. We just have to be calm and observe. Nature doesn't hurry. When you spend time in the forest or near the sea, you really notice that nature doesn't seem to be in that much of a hurry. As the squirrels move at their pace, the birds fly as fast as they feel like, and the plants are doing what they do. None of it is rushed. Yet, so often, we rush ourselves like maniacs. We just have to be calm. We learn that everything has a purpose. Human ego tends to think of things in nature as being useful for us or useless in general. It's pretty incredible conceit. Truly observing nature teaches us that everything under heaven has its own purpose, and we should value what each creature does, even if it doesn't aid our own survival. Don't get me wrong, I love days where I'm so productive and I have a tons of work to do. But nature teaches us to also watch the world turns out into something beautiful. Just be, recharge the batteries of your mind and souls, and return fresh. As the fog lifts, blizzards melt, clouds break, hurricanes pass, and the following is the beautiful weather. Nature teaches us that bad stuff is inevitable, but it is inevitably followed by something lovely. Man by nature is a creature eager to taste beauty, and there is nothing more beautiful than the nature. The beauty of nature is surrounded by the most beautiful blessings of the God. The beauty of nature allows us to choose places and many destinations for the sake of rest, recreation, and the best of times. The beauty of nature is always the first inspiration for artists and creators around the world, which revolve around the beauty and charms of the nature. As the seasons change, we are guided to learn acceptance and non resistance. A green leaf doesn't resist turning red when the autumn approaches. The tree doesn't resist leaves falling when the winter arrives. The vast ocean can't exist without each particle of water. Each particle of water shows that each human being plays its part in humanity. We are all one small part of a greater whole. Darkness is necessary to appreciate the light. We need to experience the opposite so we can appreciate and experience the things we desire. No matter what storms are passing, it is always transient because beyond the clouds, the sky is always blue and the sun is always shining. Water is required to cleanse the negativity in the world and allow a space of clarity. It helps in cleaning and it helps in cleaning the negative stagnant energy of yesterday and replenish our positive energy. It helps in cleaning our mind and souls. Stars bring beauty and light in the darkness instead of sticking to the darkness of the world. Be one of the radiant stars and shine your inner brighter light. Hope you all shine and hope you all learn the teachings of the nature and take care of it. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Smruti. So, whether we have to take the other people name who are still there.
Sorry, I was mute. From 9C, Srushti, and I think from 9th I, there were two. Please take their names. And also add Shreyas' name. Shreyas will end up, he got disconnected abruptly. Take his name also at the last. Okay, please take those names, those who are left.
Yes, Viraj sir.
Yes.
Hello, good evening, Viraj sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Shabana this side. Sir, Ayush Parasha from 9th he also got disconnected, sir.
No, I'm
So I
talking about
request him.
Ayush Parashar only.
Yes, sir. Yes, okay, sir.
Yes. Antara, please take. I think Srushti from 9C. Is she there? Oh, sorry, 9B.
Yes, sir.
9B.
Yes, Srushti. Please, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Good morning, ma'am, sir, and my dear friends. Today, I, Srushti, from class 9B, going to talk on nature, especially as a student, what I can learn through the green leaves. Before I start, I want everyone in this world should like be a tree. Stand straight, stand straight, stay grounded, turn over a new leaf, bend before you break, enjoy your natural beauty, connect with your roots, and keep and keep growing. Life is a series of cycles repeating over and over. There's something soothing in the knowledge that the sun rises and sunsets each day, and the leaves grow green and fall and flourish. They change their color and fall so they can return again in spring. Every leaf is a different in scope. They have different array of colors. They can be found in all shapes and sizes. They come and go from their branches. A tree is still a tree naked, full, colorful, or monotone. They stand tall in what makes them unique. Picture yourself limitless. How can you lead and what makes you special? Your roots, like those of a tree, were planted when born. Sink into the understanding that you matter, validate your existence and all that you value. Some of that was taught, much of that was learned.
What happened?
Ma'am, just a minute ago. Ma'am, someone has arrived. Just a minute. Yes, sir. And some of that was taught, much of that was learned. Trees don't stay the same.
Leaves don't stay the same. You don't stay the same. Hold your past in your left hand and your future in your right hand. Put the both hands together and hold your present. Fall colors as a stunning sign that the leaves are dying, but the tree is still alive to reborn in spring. Leaves change color each fall. This reminds us that the change may be scary, but it's inevitable. So rather than fight it, you should welcome the change, look forward to whatever it comes. Leaves change their color each fall as the tree gets ready for the winter when there is not enough sunlight, water for photosynthesis by shutting down the production of chlorophyll. The green color fades out and other colors briefly take over. Trees know when it's time to take a break and change themselves, and so you should. The changing seasons also reminds us that no matter what's going in our lives, time continues to march on it. It's important to stop and think about whether you're making your most of your time here on earth. Change is good. The beauty of the fall of the season is a celebration of life. The colors of leaves falling around us are like confetti. The crunch of the leaves beneath our boots are the crisp reminder that the change is a part of life. The smells are the air smells cool and clean, often infused with the fireplace lightnings and the aroma of nuts and berries of the season. All of this invites impossibilities and opportunity in our lives. Change moves us forward, allowing us to reflect whatever we have been so and to plan where we are going next. Before I end, I would like to conclude my topic with a small thought. Pe- In autumn, people in autumn when leaves fall, people think that they are died, but they don't stop and watch that they are dancing when when the wind blows. With this, I would like to end up here. Thank you for giving me attention, listening carefully, and also thank you to give me opportunity to share my views on nature. Thank you.
Thank you, Shrishti. Now I would request Ayush Parashar to continue.
Good evening, respected Principal Ma'am, Vice Principal Ma'am, judges, and all teachers. Today, I, Ayush Parashar of Class 9th E, is going to speak on the topic I wish I could learn only through green leaves. I wish I could learn only through green leaves of our trees in nature. Our nature teaches us in all fields of life, as we even lost our hope. Trees teaches us not to give hope because trees also shed their leaves for the new ones. So why not us can also get all the things back we have lost? Just require is a lot of patience with a smile. Our nature teaches us in many such ways. Our nature is the best teacher. It makes us confident, tough, soft hearted, and loving. It gives us everything it has to delight us every time. I truly believe in the old saying nature isn't a place to visit, it is home more and more. We are detached from nature, and like turning your back on your own elders, we miss out on a lot of important life lessons. Spend time in nature, you may learn a few things. Nature doesn't hurry, but everything is accomplished when you spend time in the forest, the deserts, or near the sea. You really notice that nature doesn't seem to be in that much of a hurry. The squirrel move at their pace, the bird fly as fast as they feel like. No one of it is rushed. You're soften, be yourself. Take a deep breath, don't hurry, be steady. Everything has a purpose. Human ego tends to think of things in nature as being useful for us or useless in a general. It's a pretty incredible concept. Truly observing nature teaches us that everything under heaven has its own purpose, and we should value what each creature does, even if it doesn't aid our own survival. The best thing truly are free. Good stuff always follow bad stuff. Fog lifts, blizzard melts, clouds break, hurricanes pass, and following that is a beautiful weather. Nature teaches us that bad stuff is inevitable, but it is inevitably followed by something lovely. Like with time, a small sapling that can be crushed by any animal is grown into a fully grown tree capable of supporting others, no matter how tall it grows or how may it may flourish, how many animals and birds it may support. Its roots are firmly buried from where it once rose. We should learn to keep ourselves grounded, respect and embrace our origin, and hopefully give something back to those humble beginnings that nurtured us into who we are. Nature will teach you different things depending on your goals. It can teach you how to think more clearly and scientifically, or enhance a sense of spiritual connection, or even achieve personal success. It all starts with having an attitude that aligns with your own personal interests. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you, Ayush. Now I would request Nisha from 9th I to continue.
Uh, Kanika ma'am and Pradnya ma'am, Nisha is facing some network issue. So uh, we are connecting her through the mobile.
Okay, sir. So, sir, will she be speaking now?
I think so. Kanta ma'am. Kanta ma'am. I believe. Okay, Antara, take Aditi by that time. Then we'll go to her.
Yes, sir. So next I would request Aditi Kanwar to proceed with her topic.
Sir, am I audible now?
Yes, yes, Aditi.
Good evening, sorry, sir. Good evening, respected teachers, judges, and my dear friends. My name is Aditi Kanwar, and I study in class 9th I. And today I am going to speak on the topic I wish we could learn through the green leaves, nature. Throughout history, trees have filled us with wonder and sparked our imaginations. Writers, philosophers, and even the odd politician have found inspiration in the branches and leaves of the trees around them. And it's little wonder, yeah? Trees are good for the soul. They're essential to the air we breathe, and they provide a majestic example of strength and perseverance in the face of adversity. Biodegradable products are costly, so that we use non-biodegradable, and I wish I could earn through green leaves. Nature is
Okay, Aditi,
beautiful.
just a minute, Aditi. Sorry to interrupt you. Can you please switch on your video?
Now my video is on.
Okay, I couldn't see your video. Okay, now I can see. Yes, yes. You may start from the beginning. Yeah.
Now may I start from the beginning?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Good evening, respected teachers, judges, and my dear friends. My name is Aditi Kanwar, and I study in class 9th I. And today I am going to speak on the topic I wish we could learn through the green leaves, nature. Throughout history, trees have filled us with wonder and sparked our imaginations. Writers, philosophers, and even the odd politician have found inspiration in the branches of trees and leaves around them. And it's little wonder, yeah? Trees are good for the soul. They're essential to the air we breathe, and they provide a majestic example of strength and perseverance in the face of adversity. Biodegradable products are costly, so that we use non-biodegradable. And I wish I could earn through green leaves. Nature is beautiful, and you are in her bosom. That voice of comfort which speaks in the breezes of morning may visit your mind. I think that not only doctor, engineer, teacher, or pilot are professions. There should be a vast profession of saving nature because that is the future of mankind. Industry should get a greater compensation for making biodegradable products which are nature friendly, and everybody should work towards nature. And I wish that we should also earn money like we do in saving life, such as police. Few things in nature are as beautiful as the changing color of leaves during autumn. It's a time of year that we takes a breath away and something we have spent the last week's enjoy today. From spring's hopeful new blooms and fall's exquisite array of colors to winter's magic and summer's energy. Each season abounds with different types of natural beauty to explore and admire. However, after being totally caught up during COVID-19 quarantine for so many weeks now, you might be starting to forget what being a nature even feels like. I wish we could sit in the garden and enjoy getting knowledge from leaves without pen and notebook. And then our friends suddenly ask us, ever seen a leaf? A leaf from a tree? Yes, I saw one recently. A yellow one, a little green, wilted at the edges, blown by the wind. I think learning from the leaves is more easier than the learning from the school because leaves gives the knowledge about nature and also motivate us to go ahead in our life without getting tired. The sincerity of the art worker must permeate the song as naturally as the green leaves break through their dead branches in springtime. In every change, in every falling leaf, there is some pain, some beauty, and that's the way new leaves grow. It's glad for me to gain the opportunity to present my speech before you. Now it's time to end the speech here. Thank you for giving your precious time to me and have a nice day.
Thank you, Aditi. So is anyone left or Nisha?
Kanta ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Virat sir, can you just call her from here if in case if it connects maybe. If you just could call her from the Teams itself.
Teams.
Virat sir, I've already called her. She's speaking.
Okay. Okay.
She's ready.
Okay.
Yes, Nisha, you can start.
Good evening, everybody. Today, I'm Nisha of class 9Y is going to speak on the topic I wish we could learn only through the green leaf. Nature is something different. Nowhere is found in books. The beauty of nature teaches many lessons that a book can't. It would have been so great if we could learn only through the green leaves. Studying through this natural and green leaves makes your mind fresh, which itself attracts you to learn something new and discover the hidden elements of the world. Science is not only about laboratory. Math is not only about algebra. English is not only about reading books. And Hindi is not only about a mother tongue, but a combination of all the forms, the lush nature that you could see around you. The case study of these subjects is derived from the green leaf. If the nature would not have existed, the current learning would not have been there. If you would learn only through this green leaf, the life would have been totally different, as the green leaf gives many elements to us that make sense to us, and when we think upon it, which increase the thinking level. Similarly, the scientists who are at such a high level, well, have you ever thought how they become such great? Yes, that's because of those green leaves that you could see. There are many hidden substances, which you are the one who can release the truth of the hidden substances. The main skills that you can develop within yourself through the green leaf is forgiveness, selfness, and love. Green leaf also teaches you the attitude to never give up or to step back. Should I ask you that both are provided to the green leaf or to the nature? The answer would be nothing. But yes, still the nature teaches you several life skills. You could think that only a good teacher or good guru can teaches you, but that's false. Have you all heard about the word self-learning? The green leaf teaches you self-study. Depending on a person or on a technology, it's not enough. Learn by yourself and with nature as a partner. Now, I would like to give pause to my words by suggesting that bookish knowledge is not much necessary. Much necessary is the knowledge that you have about God-gifted nature. Be successful with the words and send me with the green leaf to know more about your surroundings. Thank you.
Thank you, Nisha. Finally,
okay.
I would like
Kantama, excuse me, Kantama, was Nisha
Yes.
on call with you? Was she on call?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, she's posted to Darjeeling. So, but there are a lot of network issues there.
Okay, fine, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So sorry, ma'am. In the morning, we such a nice practice we had, and
No, it's okay, ma'am. Might be because of technical issue.
yes.
May I continue?
Yes, Antara, please.
Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to our respected judge for her valuable inputs. I also extend my thanks to all the teachers and CCA team for their enormous cooperation in the organization of this event. Once again, I want to state that we are all most grateful to all the speakers on this stage today. We thank you all for being with us in this evening. It's been a great pleasure. Thank you very much.
Pradnya, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. So it was really a matter of pride for me to be a judge for this elocution competition today and witness the poise, the self-confidence and articulation delivered by the participants. I really am very happy today, and I would like to congratulate all the participants and the teachers for beautifully exhibiting the art of elocution. So I would like to share a quote with you all, as rightly said by Marilyn Monroe. Don't let your fear of failing triumph over the joy of participating. So keep participating, children, and thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you,
you, ma'am. Thank you
teachers.
so much.
Thank you, teachers. Thank you, participants.